So Luke, welcome to Wealth Talk.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Luke. Now, you're a founder member. In fact, I think you're just coming up to the end of your first year with the Wealth Builders program, Luke. And quite a lot's happened. So it'd be really good to hear a little bit about that from you. But why don't we just begin by rewinding a year and let us know kind of what you were doing 12 months ago, and what was your decision for joining the program?
Yeah, so I mean, for myself, I've been investing in property since 2011, and I spent a long time, years in fact, investing on my own and not networking, and just not really having a network to turn to, or people just to call upon for advice. So the main reason for me joining the program was just to try and grow my network further, really. And sort of growing up, I wasn't brought up in a family which had money or experience in investing. So yeah, it was just to sort of have access to people who've got that kind of knowledge.
Yeah. And how did that feel, if you can remember, when you're kind of doing everything on your own, and perhaps you haven't got other people that you can speak to who are on the same wavelength, right? Because I know we're all big fans of personal development. We read a lot, we listen to a lot of podcasts, but sometimes, friends and family, they don't share that same passion, do they? And so it can be quite lonely if you haven't got that right support network around you.
Yeah, it can be difficult. Yeah, because I mean, people around you maybe don't understand, some of the difficulties that you're going through from time to time. So just being able to have people who are going through similar experiences or striving to achieve similar sorts of goals, it's priceless really, to be able to have that network available to you.
Yeah. So walk us through then, if you can kind of think back to end of summer last year, Luke, and when you joined as a founder member. And obviously the program's changed a fair bit since then. We've obviously added some new things in, but I know one of the early modules that we go through is something we call a debits process. And why don't you tell us about that and how you got on?
Yeah, so the debits is it's absolutely fantastic, because it's so simple, but it's so effective. And people just sort of move through life with debits set up, and you can quite easily lose track of where your monthly expenditure is going. So yeah, more or less within the first couple of weeks of joining the program, I went through the debits exercise, and it was an absolute eye-opener, really. I managed to generate a saving of over £3,300 per annum, and it took me 2 hours to do the exercise. So yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And obviously, just being a couple of weeks into the program, that showed me that I made the right decision pretty early on.
Yeah, no, that really is great. And I mean, the average saving of members is over £800. So, you smashed that one, which was really good. And, what about obviously the rest of the learning? Because the Wealth Builders model, we, think about the logo, we've got the foundation, we've got the roof, and then we've got the 7 pillars. So obviously you understand that now. And how have you put that into practice for yourself, Luke?
Yeah, I think Wealth Builders just opened my eyes really to the bigger picture with regards to growing your personal wealth. I have been, and I still am, heavily focused on further expansion of my own property portfolio, but it's enabled me to start turning the wheels of wealth in other areas. And I've started looking at the IP pillar, business pillars, and it's exciting. some of these wheels are sort of early in motion, because they have been so heavily focused on the property pillar. But would I think personally, I'm just getting started on some of the other areas, and I can see there's some massive potential there.
Yeah. And I guess a big development that's happened quite recently. Would you like to share that as well?
Yeah. So as of a week last Monday, I quit my role as an engineering consultant, and decided to go full time as a property investor. I mean, that's something I've been striving to get to that point for a number of years now, and being part of the WealthBuilders group, and really being able to focus on what financial milestones you're actually striving to achieve, financial security, financial independence. It's really made it clear as to what level I needed to get to before I was comfortable in doing that, because I've got 3 children, with a family to support. The security of a day job is, it's a big pull for a lot of people, but I found myself, I'd got to the point where I felt like, going to work, I was actually at the point where I was wasting opportunities, by just not having the time and the flexibility to exploit them opportunities.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you've touched on, obviously, the property pillar as your primary pillar. It's been amazing to see over, I guess the last 12 months, but especially the last 6 months, how you've really been pushing yourself, I guess, to get out there in terms of IP. And I know you're a regular, poster on social media now in various property groups, and you put together an ebook recently, and you had hundreds of people asking for a copy of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean, uh, I've due to sort of posting on social media, and last year I was featured in YPM magazine, just looking at some of the successes we've had on our property projects. But yeah, so I've get contacted quite regularly from people starting out in property, just looking for a little bit of guidance, really. So I'm always happy to help people, but a lot of these questions that I was getting were, similar sort of questions or repetitive questions. So I just took it upon myself to put a short guide together on buy to let and buy, refurb and refinance, and just offered that out to anybody who wanted it free of charge. I actually got some feedback that there was no call to action in the guide, but no, that wasn't really my intention. My intention was to just offer it out, and it was well received. Yeah, we got hundreds and hundreds of requests. So yeah, it was an eye opener.
Yeah, well done for that. Yeah, well, obviously, always good to lead with value first, and I'm sure that will come back, later on, because people like to reciprocate, right? If you help others, they like to help you, and that's the way. Certainly, that the Wealth Builders community is based upon those values, and you've definitely demonstrated those values as well, Luca. Are there any other benefits or anything else that's kind of come out of the program since you've been a member, would you say?
Yeah, it's just really it's a fantastic community. I've made connections within the community that I'm pretty sure there's going to be connections there for life, to be honest. Everybody supports each other to grow with their own ideas, and there's collaborations being formed. The support from Kevin and yourself, Christian, it's absolutely superb. And the advice at times has been invaluable to myself. And then, of course, now with the coaches on board, they've got a wealth of experience in their own right, and it's just great to have access to these sorts of people. Um, I've had such value from being a member, and I know there's still so much to be gained by being part of the community.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. We really appreciate it. And I guess, you know, you had a personal milestone, as you said, in terms of your financial levels, and obviously feeling that you were now at a stage where you were able to, you know, kind of give up the day job and free up your time, because time is such a challenge for people. We hear that a lot. And now focusing forwards, you have got all the time you want, right, to just keep on building things. And how does that make you feel, knowing that now you've got full control?
Yeah, it's a liberating feeling, to be honest, Christian. Um, I had a taste of it just at the start of lockdown for a few weeks, and that was due to my engagement with a previous client coming to an abrupt end because of the global pandemic, and that was the first time in my life since the age of 16, since leaving school, that I'd not been in an employed role, be that employed or a self-employed role. And I thought that would have really scared me, not having that security. But them few weeks, it just gave me the chance to sit down and actually have the freedom to think and explore new avenues as to where I could look to build my wealth, you know, in other areas. So I was quite content with at that point with not going back to work. But I got a call out the blue, and I ended up taking on another contract. But you know, within a matter of weeks, I knew that I knew it wasn't the right decision, and I knew I was ready to step away from that and just concentrate on wealth building.
Yeah. Well, Luke, we're super delighted that we're carrying on into year 2 with you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the progress that I know you'll be making. So, thanks for sharing today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the time.